What did the acorn say when he grew up? Gee, I'm a tree.
Alright, so today we're going to be learning how to copy a line segment. So you're first going to want to start by drawing the line segment that you're going to copy, and you just are going to make the endpoints really whatever variable you want. I'm using A and B, and then you're going to use, you can use a different color. I'm using red to make another line segment, and make sure that it's longer than this first line segment that you made. And you're going to place a point D, or like whichever variable you want, right where the point A is, and just write point D. And then you're going to take out your compass and then make it big enough to where it reaches point B on the arc. And you're just going to make an arc through point B, making sure it goes down to the line that D's on. And then you're going to make sure it's centered at A so that you can stretch. Then you're going to place the point where D intersects, and I'm going to call that C right here. And then you're going to add arrows because it's a line, or is it not a line? And then you're done. First, what you're going to do to bisect a line segment is to begin by drawing a line segment with endpoints on each side. So I'm going to use points A and points B. And then you're going to want to take out your compass. On our line segment, you're going to want to pick a point on the line that is longer than A and B. So I'm going to pick right here. And basically you're just going to want to go up and kind of just mark, like make an arc above and below AB. So now I'm going to go down and make an arc below. And then you're going to want to flip the side, and using the sharp side, place it on B, and make sure your compass stayed the same height. So this is the first one, and then this is the second one. Then after that, you're going to want to draw a line using the midpoints that we made, and just make sure it intercepts the first two arcs you made. So I'm going to use purple. Alright. Then you're going to want to place points on it. So I'm going to call this line C, D, and then I'm going to make a midpoint, and the midpoint is going to be K. And now I'm going to add right angles and just make sure you show that it's even. All right, and you're done.
What do you call an angle that is adorable? A cute angle.
First, you want to start off by creating an angle, and then you want to mark your points with any variable, and I chose A, B, and C. So then you want to get a hold of your compass and put the sharp point of the compass on point B and make an arc that crosses both rays. Now you want to mark the points of intersection with labels of E and F on each one. So now you want to take the sharp part of your compass and place that on point E and create a small arc, and then using the same length, place that on point F and create another small arc, and then mark your point of intersection with the label of D. Now once you've done that, take a straight edge and make a ray straight through your vertex, and this will be your angle bisector.
Now we will be copying an angle. So first I've begun by copying an angle by drawing ray KL, and then I'm going to draw an arc centered at B, intersecting BA and BC at the new points to plot F and G. Then I'm going to draw another arc of the same radius, make sure it's the same, this time centered at K. And after I've plotted my point, after I've done my arc, I'm going to plot my point, which will be called H. After that, I'm going to draw another arc, the length of G and F. This time it's going to intersect the ray BF. so it's just going to go up and down. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing, the exact same length of GF, draw the arc, but this time on ray KL, and make sure it's centered at H. It should intersect ray KL's previous arc. I'm going to call that point M. Then I'm going to draw ray KM, and you're all finished.
What do you get if you divide the circumference of a jack-o'-lantern by its diameter? Pumpkin pie.
To inscribe an equilateral triangle, you want to begin by creating a circle. I also forgot to do this in the process of creating my circle, but I just like to say that you should, right after you finish making your circle, you should just mark the point that you use to create your circle and label it. So now take the straight edge and mark the diameter of your circle, create a line right there. So you want to label your top and bottom point. I labeled my top B and my bottom A, and again you should have labeled your midpoint a while ago, but I just labeled mine O. And there also wasn't a problem finding my midpoint again because I could clearly see where I had put the sharp point of my compass on. So now you want to grab your compass and measure the radius of the circle, and then with that, put the sharp part of your compass at point A and create an arc that will touch both sides of the circle. Then you want to mark the points of intersection, and in this case I use C and D. Now taking your straight edge again, you want to draw a line from points B to C, then from points B to D, and then from points C to D, and this will create your equilateral triangle. To inscribe a regular hexagon, first you want to begin by creating a circle with your compass. You want to label your midpoint, and in this case, the label was O. Then proceed to pick a random point on the circle. In this case, it was labeled B. Now take your compass, and with the same length, start making dashes. And after each one, put the sharp part of your compass on the intersection of the last dash, and continue until you've reached the point you started with. You should have created 6 dashes in total. These dashes would have then created the vertices of the hexagon, from which you will use a straight edge to draw a line from each point of intersection to create your hexagon.